What is up, hotties? Welcome back to another Stay Hot live stream. I'm Blaiden Kirk, joined as always by the GOAT co-hosts of Matthew Spinehour and Theo Ash. I'm reading this tweet that Theo sent out from the Stay Hot Twitter. Join the Stay Hot Tuesday live. Today, Matt will be reciting poetry, and we will be ranking every single Radiohead song in order.
I've actually had this idea for some sort of competition involving everybody writing sports-based haikus and sending them in, but I don't know. We don't need a contest, and we don't.
Haikus.
Yeah, but me and my friends, we always talk about haiku competition win, we say, and I don't know.
I think I could win that. I'm a big haiku fan. I haven't written a haiku in a long time because I don't just sit down and do that, but I always enjoyed that part of school, the poetry unit, where you could I like the very structured poems where it was just like 3 syllables, 5 syllables, 3 or whatever.
It's 575.
575. How do you not know who like Ronaldo is and you know that off the top of your head? Nerd.
I know who Ronaldo is.
What's his
I know
first
Ronaldo, Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay.
Yeah, I know Ronaldo, Messi.
He knows ball.
I know Ronaldo, Messi, and Neymar, and those are the only soccer players I know.
You don't know Mbappe?
No.
The biggest. He looks like Justin Fields to me. But yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Shout out Argentina. Speaking of soccer right off the bat here, I have just finished watching the Argentina game. Common Messi masterclass. He is the best player ever, and he's 35 years old, and he is still the best player in the world to me. I mean, this tournament has been insane if you've watched any Argentina game. And I don't watch that much club soccer. I just watch it really when the World Cup comes around because I just don't have space in my brain for all these leagues or whatever. And it's just insane how much Messi like pops off the screen when you watch him play. Like you can just tell, like, oh yeah, there he is. He's the one doing all the crazy shit. It's nothing subtle about it. When you watch it, it's crazy. So they're calling Mbappe the JC Horn of soccer.
Theo just said,
"It's gotta be pretty good then, man. He's got to be
easy."
So who is the slightly worse Pat Surtain then?
Oh, brother.
It's got to be Modric, who is just sent home by the Taylor Moton of soccer, Messi.
The Taylor Moton.
Anywho,
they're saying the Panthers are going to make the playoffs.
Who's saying that?
They. Dude, they've got a real shot at it, man. That's all I'll say.
What's the remaining schedule?
It's like Steelers, Lions, someone else, Bucks.
I mean, those aren't easy games, man.
Yeah, they are.
Bro, TJ Watt.
The Steelers are okay. So what would be an easier schedule then?
I guess it would be like
those are teams that literally they only play teams
Houston.
with losing records.
I guess
from here on out.
But like,
what do you mean you guess?
You act like the Panthers.
You suppose
the Panthers
what?
also have a losing record. Like
yes, but they're better than that. We know that.
They have a winning record since firing the Matt Rule. So we live in a different world than we did a couple weeks ago. But sadly, Desmond Ridder is going to put an end to your fun here.
That I can live with. If Desmond Ridder makes the playoffs, my fun is just starting, man.
He's just a winner, sadly. You're going up against the greatest winner in the history of the game in Desmond Ridder. I'm very excited to see him play. I think I have high expectations. I know that he's a 3rd round pick. I know that 3rd round picks are usually like Mason Rudolph tier, like Davis Mills at absolute best. But I think I have pretty high expectations.
Dude, I think Ridder was kind of like pretty badly underdrafted. I think he should have at least been a 2nd round pick. He's a really good player. He's got a lot of nice pro skills. Like I'm super pumped for him, and he's in a good offense in the sense that I feel like they're not going to ask him to drop back too much. I mean, Mariota was horrible at that, and that's essentially what got him benched. Is anything outside of rollout. He was, but
I mean, even rolling out, he was
Ritter can
kinda-
do that. Ritter can read the field. He can throw with anticipation. He's got a decent arm. He can move.
He's big, he's tall, he has good pocket movement. Like Mariota is not very big, and he just kind of runs around. Like when Ritter shifts around to the pocket, he does it and remains balanced and in a position to throw. And Mariota kind of takes off and is legitimately like running around, and so he has to throw. He's not always in a balanced platform, and his arm isn't very good either. His arm is kind of miserable, honestly, and Ritter has a much stronger arm. So yeah, I mean, there's a chance that Ritter only attempts like 12 passes in an Arthur Smith offense, but
yeah.
look, he can do. I mean, he ran one of the fastest 40 times of any quarterback ever, which is kind of Mickey Mouse because like Lamar Jackson never ran a 40, Justin Fields, Kyler Murray, these guys never ran 40s, but he's fast. He can still do all the rollout stuff. You can run zone read with him. You can do all. He's Power 5 Trevor Lawrence to me. That's truly, I think, the greatest comp for him is if the if the Power 5 was like eliminated and there were no prospects from the Power 5, Ritter would be the Trevor Lawrence, just a winner, same body type, kind of similar strengths and weaknesses. And yeah, I think I definitely have high expectations. I would be disappointed if he had a bad game. I think I had him higher than Pickett, and Pickett hasn't been that bad recently. So
Yeah.
there's reason to expect that Ritter won't be that bad. So yeah.
And they play the Saints, so who have been garbage this year.
He has a chance to be a franchise legend right away. Knock off the Saints, right? The hated rivals, right off the bat.
I would love that. It really. Why couldn't the Panthers get Ritter, man? Do you know how pumped I would be right now if it was the Panthers starting Ritter, handing off to Jerome Ford? I can see it all in my head so clearly.
Well,
but
the Panthers
I
didn't
open
draft
my eyes.
Ford,
It's not
so
happening in real life, right?
It's not all good. It is not all good, I fear.
It would have been Sauce and Ritter and Jerome Ford. It would have been the all.
Literally, if you had drafted all the Cincinnati guys, you would have a fantastic draft class. I don't think I missed on a single one of them. They all are really pretty good.
Where's Darian Beavers at right now?
He's hurt, actually. He got himself hurt.
All right, good. Because I kind of like Darian Beavers as well. I also thought all this.
But and he was so underdrafted, man. He's so legit. I fear this may happen to Ivan Pace too, although Pace is a better player than Beavers.
Yeah. Miami of Ohio legend Ivan Pace.
You're right. He's both of our guys. It's big
so
time. If he was not undersized, he'd be a lock first round draft pick right
he's
now.
a little small,
Guarantee first round draft pick.
But he was good at Miami too, so I'm excited to see him doing well in Cincy.
Yeah, they're asking for T-Law praise. T-Law has played well all year. People will say in like 2 consecutive weeks. It's really been
Zay Jones that should have been a touchdown.
That was crazy. That was a nuts throw. T-Law he's not Herbert. He's not Herbert, but you can see how he could be. You could really see how he could be. I mean, the pocket presence is already there. The arm isn't quite as good, but the body type is, and I think the twitchiness at his size is there. Like Herbert moves like a much smaller athlete, and I think Lawrence does as well. There's a lot of similarities there in terms of their stature and how they want to play the game and their strengths. And they're both kind of they throw with, maybe they could use a little bit more touch on some of their throws. Like they both are spear throwers and not really like finesse throwers. They can maybe use a little bit more of that respectively. But yeah, Trevor Lawrence, I mean, he's I hope everyone, I mean, no one saw it. Trevor Lawrence is great when no one watches, right? The Titans game that none of us were watching.
As are all of your favorite quarterbacks for some bizarre and weird reason.
They're great when no one watches, but they are great sometimes when people do.
If a quarterback plays great and there's no one around to see it,
yeah, hey man,
but they aren't winners.
Are they actually any good? It's the real question.
I can't wait until like Lawrence really elevates himself next year to like an MVP level or something like that, like first team All Pro, something like that. And then because he played with Urban Meyer his rookie year, people are gonna be like, well, his record overall, like he hasn't even sniffed a winning record yet. So can we please wait to crown him, even though he's like completely balling next year? That's That's what's about to happen. He's going to get the social media quarterback stamp after Herbert proved everyone wrong. They're going to turn their focus to Lawrence, and yeah.
Well, I'm just glad he'll have his Jalen Hurts arc here pretty soon. Don't worry.
Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, no, Trevor Lawrence is going to have his Jalen Hurts arc.
Hopefully. Yeah. I need him to get better every year until he's doesn't throw an incompletion.
Yeah, until he's like perfect.
Yeah. But first time Jags have won in Nashville since 2013. That's a crazy stat. So Fields clears that intermediate merchant. No. No, he does not. He does not clear. Fields is good, but he does not clear Trevor Lawrence. I'll say that.
Kirk needs his flowers. Not really.
He played a fantastic. He should have his flowers for the
the
Lions game. He balled versus the Lions.
No.
But overall, I think
nice passes.
He's a Justin Jefferson merchant.
I mean, he's mid. Like he's mid, but like you can be mid and have a good.
He's good.
He's solid. Like
mid.
You can be a Kirk Cousins and have a really good game though. Like that can happen.
Oh yeah.
Like Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins, those guys have good games. You know.
Oh yeah. No, it was a great game. He's good. He's a good quarterback. Is he a great quarterback? No, but he's good.
This is a good question. Who is better, Garrett Wilson or Chris Olave? Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson is better. Garrett Wilson.
I also think Garrett Wilson is better. I think that
Garrett Wilson is better. I promise you, Garrett Wilson is better. The argument will be sometimes too. Not saying that this is like the ultimate like analysis of these two players, but well, both of them have had bad quarterbacks. Zach Wilson versus Andy Dalton, like all those chunk of games with Zach Wilson, where it's like the team doesn't even want to throw and he's not getting the ball downfield ever, is a different battle than like a Mike White and Andy Dalton. And I think Wilson's been struggling a little bit statistically throughout the season because of that. And
it's really only in the Zach Wilson games. I mean, I think if you were to look at his game log in games where it just wasn't Zach Wilson, I think his numbers are still pretty fantastic in Flacco and Mike White games.
Maybe extrapolate that out and be like, yeah, if he would be on pace for like 1,400 yards.
I'll see if I can pull the numbers for that.
I'm sure it would be ridiculous, but if you just bucket them in terms of like the type of athlete they are, Garrett Wilson's in a very special bucket, and Olave is up there, but the way they move and just the way they play the game, Garrett Wilson is in an extremely special bucket. I think that Garrett Wilson is as good right now as Calvin Ridley was before all the bullshit happened with Calvin Ridley. That's my comparison for Wilson at this moment. Is Calvin Ridley is kind of an unconventional route runner. He takes very extreme angles on his breaks. He does some crazy things to sell routes and takes these crazy cuts and corners and all this stuff. And I think Garrett Wilson kind of reminds me of that style where it doesn't quite look as smooth as Olave because he's kind of like juking all over the place and throttling down and speeding up. He's like an insect. He always kind of reminds me as like an insect when I watch him play. Olave is kind of more smooth and conventional. But I think Wilson is a lot like Calvin Ridley right now. And I think Wilson is a much better contested catch artist than Calvin Ridley is. So
yes.
Calvin Ridley's not so good at the like making a catch through contact type of situations, and Garrett Wilson is. So I would even say he's better than Calvin Ridley was the last time we saw Calvin Ridley, which is crazy because Calvin Ridley was a Pro Bowler the last time we saw Calvin Ridley for a full season. So he's a rookie.
He was like a top 10 receiver.
Yeah,
like he was amazing.
He was putting up 1,300 yards, and I think if you put up Garrett Wilson with Matt Ryan from a couple years ago, like in that offense, I think that he would run away with Rookie of the Year. I think he would do all And then I think Olave, I still like Tyler Lockett as a comp for Chris Olave, who's a very good player. Like Lockett is super underrated and like
Lockett
borderline.
When he's not falling down immediately after the catch.
Yeah, Lockett Lockett is a totally fantastic player, and underrated over the years, always kind of in that borderline top 10, top 15 type of range. And I think Olave is going to stay there for a long time in that range. But I think Wilson has the possibility where it's like, oh, this is someone we mention in the same breath as Justin Jefferson. This is someone we mention in the same breath as Tyreek Hill. I think that's the kind of athletic like bucket I put him in, which is a crazy thing to say, but it's the truth. I'm not afraid to tell the truth.
He's not afraid to tell the truth. Man, I'm looking at like the AFC playoff picture right now is both actually the AFC and NFC playoff pictures are kind of all over the place. AFC right now, the 1 seed is still the Bills. But I don't think they don't really feel like the 1 seed to me. Right? They don't feel like the favorite in the AFC at this point. Then you have the Chiefs and the Ravens and the Titans, which the Titans are terrible, even though they're gonna win their division. Then you have the Bengals in the wild card at this point, but they could still win the North, especially if the Ravens aren't gonna have Lamar back. And then you have Miami and New England, and we've already talked about Miami could very easily miss the playoffs if the Chargers go on a run. The Jets are still in that mix. It's a weird AFC, and then the NFC is obviously the Eagles are the only team in the league that has clinched the playoffs at this point. I'm not. How have the Vikings not? Because they clinched their division, didn't they?
They lost.
Oh, shit. That's right. Okay. And then the 49ers, the Bucks stink. They could very easily lose this division. The Cowboys are great. The Commanders could miss it. The Giants could miss it. Seattle could still get in. Detroit could get in.
You're right.
Like,
those are all the teams.
I'm just like, good Lord.
Look, what'll probably happen, I don't know if we could screen share and we could bring up the playoff machine is one thing that could be fun.
Okay.
But
I'll pull it up and I'll share my.
Yeah, I think there's a comment that says thoughts on the Zion dunk versus the Suns. If you ever see me complaining about a sick in-game dunk, like take me out back and shoot me, because that's not the real Theo. If someone does like a 360 between the leg dunks in a game, I'm for it. Even if it's against the Suns, even if it's in garbage time, like I am for 360 between the leg dunks. If you don't want to get dunked on like that, get back and defend. That is my take. What is he supposed to do? Just have a layup? I mean, you're Zion. You can do whatever you want. You're the greatest like highlight dunker ever. Not that's not true, but he's one of them. So do it. You're not going to get many opportunities to show off like that, since superstars like that will never be in the dunk contest. You know how many dunks like that we're going to see from Zion in his NBA career? Like 3. So when they happen, just respect it. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
I think, I mean,
all right, I can share my screen. We could do that.
When little things like that happen, where it's like, is this player being a little lame? The general consensus always comes down to how much do people like that player. People like Zion, so that's okay. People like Giannis, so he can push over the ladder. And people say, well, how could you possibly ever get mad at this? Well, like pretty, like, yeah, it's like not super cool. If Chris Paul went and got a free layup at the end of a game, I absolutely promise you people would not be like, that's all right. They'd say, classic Chris Paul.
If he did some reverse 360 like Michael Jordan layup.
Yeah, it's like I understand he can't dunk like that. If Chris Paul did something like that, people would be pissed.
If Chris Paul thing would be running back behind the 3-point line and then taking an open 3 instead of just laying.
Oh, that would be considered. That would be considered. Of course, this is Chris Paul doing this. Or if LeBron did that, oh, how can he stat pad? It's not a big deal, but like, yeah, it's like, taking a free bucket at the end of the game is kind of seen as a little lame for a reason. Now, should the Suns have been like, I'm going to kill you over it? No. But like,
well, you played them again the next night, I think it makes the rivalry that much cooler. That's why I enjoy it in sports, is as a fan, right? if there's some fuel to the fire, if there's some more storylines, if it's, Zion disrespected the Suns and now there's a rematch in the playoffs, like that just makes the sport more interesting. It's why people tune in. It's like, I don't watch the sport. There's a reason I watch that instead of NBA 2K sim of a game, right? Because there's some human emotion to it and some human storylines. So it's a cool dunk. It adds some like fuel to the fire. It adds some of the narratives in the future when these two teams at the top of the Western Conference play. So I mean, is it cool to do? Is it really sportsmanlike? No. But am I okay with some unsportsmanship? Like, I'm okay with a little bit of unsportsmanlike conduct at time. I'm okay with a little taunting.
Referencing Gab's podcast real quick.
Okay, here's the stats for
you
guys.
Gab Gowdy, her podcast is called Unsportsmanlike Conduct.
Oh, yes.
Here's a stat for you guys. Garrett Wilson in the 6 games that Zach Wilson didn't play, 37 receptions, 549 yards, 4 touchdowns. Over the course of a 17-game season, that would be 104 receptions, 1,555 yards, and 11 touchdowns.
Holy shit.
He is, and I stand by this take loosely. I think it still can be correct. He may be the best player in that entire class. He's that good. He is so good.
Well, I mean, the Jets have one of them most likely.
it's if you want to say it's Sauce Gardner, I will not stand in your
Garrett
way.
Wilson,
I promise.
Sauce, Jordan Davis is probably in that mix.
We'll see. He needs to be healthy.
That's true. But I mean,
he's
when
a
he's
great
on
run
the
defender
field,
already.
he's like one of the best run defenders in football already.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can share my screen if we want to do the playoff machine.
Yeah, I'm down to do some playoff machine. Are the Pelicans the best team in the West? Well, that gets pulled up. I think they are. I mean, they're better than this. They beat the Suns a bunch of times, and if they beat the Suns a bunch of times, like who are you putting above them? You know. So
Right.
sure, I think they're the best team in the West right now. When the playoffs come, maybe it'll be different. I don't know if they're my favorite to win the West. I think I'd still say Phoenix in that kind of veteran presence, but who knows?
And, the Jets did all the right things with their draft class, man. They picked the Cincinnati guy, picked the Ohio State guy, and then picked a really dope running back. That's how you do it, man.
Yes. They just drafted a bunch of Midwesterners. Where they messed up was Jermaine Johnson III. They could have drafted another guy from the Midwest where they really know how to grow talent instead of these coastal elites.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go ahead and click it to week 15 then, because we're just looking at.
All right. So, let's just go game by game. What do we want to predict
San
here?
Francisco, I would take there, probably.
49ers.
The Seahawks defenses looked atrocious. I mean, the stat is the Panthers only completed 4 passes farther than 5 yards past the line of scrimmage.
Oh my God. There were drives at the end of that game, like every Panthers handoff picked up 9 yards. I don't know what
their offensive line is unbelievable. It's super good right now.
line.
But yeah, man, I have a hard time believing that they're going to stop San Francisco's running attack in any meaningful sense.
Yeah, they kind of decimated the Buccaneers. So yeah, we'll take San Francisco. I would take the Vikings probably. I would probably still lean Baltimore.
Yeah, well, until
is Lamar not going to play?
It does. I
think it's up in the air.
I think that'll be a tie. Go tie.
Yeah.
All right, tie. I lean Buffalo for the Miami game.
Yes, I think this is not suiting up to be a very good matchup for Miami. I think that the weather is going to be a big factor. They won last time, but it was under they had a lot of things break their way in that game.
It was 100 degrees. The Bills were dropping like flies, and Tua only had to try 16 passes the whole day. Sadly, this time, throw directly to Matt Milano incoming in this game.
Matt Milano masterclass inbound. I fear
we're taking the dang Falcons.
Ritter's gonna go off. We know that. I think
TJ Watt is gonna wish that he never met the Messi of football, Taylor Moton.
When Brady Christensen gets the
Dude, we gotta do soccer player to offensive lineman comparison graphic on this stay hot.
Let's see. I think Messi would be Jason Kelce because he's a little undersized, but is still very athletic and nimble for his advanced age. I think Messi is the Jason Kelce of offensive linemen. Tua dropped my birthday.
What?
I've never seen a quarterback drop a tour date like Tua did.
Are we cool taking the Panthers over the Steelers?
Yeah, I think they can.
Pickett's questionable. Yeah.
If Pickett's questionable,
it's bro. Trubisky stinks.
Throw it, J.C. Horn.
He actually stinks.
Did you see that J.C. Horn interception? By the way, it was a classic.
He played amazing. I'm gonna do a J.C. Horn film review once I'm done with my Tuesdays. Are all 22 days, so I don't do any TikTok stuff on Tuesdays. But Wednesday will be Panthers J.C. Horn day.
Yeah, I'm gonna work out a new content schedule.
Lions over Jets.
Are we just saying that? Yeah.
I kind of like the Lions.
I'm not saying I disagree necessarily, but I don't think that's an auto click like Dallas Jaguars or Chiefs Texans.
That's actually one of my locks for this week. Is no.
So
I don't know.
By the way, Mike White entering that game was like probably worse than Tua playing the week after the concussion versus Buffalo. Mike White in real time, that hit was like so brutal that I thought his ribs were like all up in his lungs and stomach, and then he went to the hospital after the game to like check for internal bleeding. Like, why did they let him go back in there?
Right.
I don't.
If they were like, yeah, maybe go get checked out.
If he had to go to the hospital after the game, what was he doing in the game? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. We'll
on that hit.
I'm trying to think.
I don't know if they're playing with Flacco, it's going to be tough. I kind of like the Lions. I don't know. This Jets team is banged up.
Garrett Wilson can definitely win his one-on-ones. We know that Sauce will get his against Sauce on Jameson probably or on Chark.
Well, they don't match like that. It's not going to be Sauce on one specific guy. Right, it's going to be Sauce on the right side or Sauce on the left side, DJ Reed on the other. So whoever they want to match personnel with is who it's going to be. We can say the Lions here. Look, the Lions' run defense has been I think a lot better recently. Mm-hmm. If it's Joe Flacco or an injured Mike White throwing it 60 times in a game, it's probably not going to be a Jets victory, which is kind of what I'm thinking this game might shape up to be because it's pretty common for them to do that.
Cardinals.
This doesn't matter. You can say that. You can say Denver. You could say tie. They tie.
This game stinks. I'm not watching this game actually. Patriots
Raiders.
That game is actually that'll be. I kind of want to watch that game. That game looks like it'll be a fun one. Derek think Carr throwing.
What happens if you press the matchup button?
Matchup? Oh.
Thanks.
Well, it looks like the Raiders score more points.
This is just.
See,
it looks like it'll be a 23-21
They have a
Raiders
worse
victory.
record. The Raiders do. They've won less games. So.
But wait a minute. It looks like it's 23-21.
But the Raiders also allow 24 points.
It looks like it's going to be 23.72.
I don't get it.
So really what it's going to be is it's going to this all just cancels out. Right? Like the Raiders score more, the Patriots allow less, like
dang. I don't know, man.
Goff. Although this comment is moving me where I don't know if that stat is true. Goff has 20 touchdowns at home, but only 2 touchdowns on the road.
Does he? I'll look at.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I could definitely. Goff is getting too much hype on Twitter right now. It's time for a Goff disaster class as well.
Yeah, you're right. This is the Goff.
This is the good defense. Goff versus good defense. Oh, he's playing well. Is he the Lions' future? Is he this? And now he's going to be playing outside in New York in December against a great defense.
Yeah.
Jared Goff at home is what is it? 65. I mean, they're both 65% completion.
Yeah, I mean that
20
Jameson
touchdowns,
Williams,
3 picks. On the road, 2 touchdowns, 4 picks.
that Jameson Williams touchdown was like a lollipop lob caught like a punt on just broken coverage. I'm not
Yeah.
moved by Jared Goff. No, I'm not. But there will
Jared
be
Goff
a large
struggles. Wait, what
there'll
is?
be so many Lions fans saying like, we got to keep Goff because if we do that, then think about who we can get with the other top pick, but then you're not going to have a quarterback. You will eventually have to replace Goff. I know that because Goff had to be replaced with McVay, and I feel like
I've
McVay
seen
knows,
this before.
Yeah, we've literally done this.
This is an article from last year. Since entering the league, Goff has played 2 games in weather under 30 degrees. In those games, he has a combined 34 passer rating and a
Good
sub 50%
Lord.
completion rate, 0
But, like,
touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Now, that is a 2-game sample size,
And
but sadly,
to his credit, I would be the same way, dog. If I had
Goff-
to throw in weather that bad, I would not complete a damn pass.
it checks out though because Goff is the analytics darling quarterback and does not have that dog in him, and this
He's
is
from California.
living proof that
from
California kid is not going into New York in December. Who knows what I don't know what the forecast is, but yeah.
Always look it up, but I'm sure it's not great in his favor. All right. So we got Jets winning. This game's a tie. Doesn't matter. Patriots, Raiders. The Patriots are weird. Their offense was kind of dropping like flies last week. The Raiders might be a bit healthier right now. Maybe they pull it out. I don't know.
What's Bill Belichick's record versus his assistants? Give me the Patriots.
That's actually not a bad. Oh, that's funny.
I'm taking
Chargers.
Washington over New York.
Your Chargers, Bengals, I think, right?
Yeah.
Washington over New York. Yeah, I agree. They tied last time, right?
Yeah.
And then Baker Mayfield versus Aaron Rodgers.
I like Green Bay there.
God, I hope so.
The last time
Green Bay.
Baker Mayfield played the Packers, he threw 4 interceptions.
That's true. That is true.
So it's either regression back to the mean.
Look at loser Justin Herbert in the hypothetical playoffs. Wow.
Now let's pause and take a second and look at the teams that we've got up here.
All right. The Carolina Panthers in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
man.
Oh man, that's so wild. So if the Panthers win this week and the Bucks lose, the Panthers are on
And that
top
will
of
be
the division.
happening. So sweet.
That's
All
so
right.
ridiculous. That's
Week
so ridiculous.
16.
Week 16. Jets, Jags.
Lawrence masterclass, sadly.
Yeah.
Give Tyson Campbell his flowers. I'm giving Tyson Campbell will end Garrett Wilson's reign of terror in non-Zach Wilson games. I think
I don't know, man.
if we're giving I think the Jets are gonna lose one of these with Mike
Okay,
White.
I like that logic. I like that logic.
I
They'll
think
probably
they're
go
gonna
one,
lose one of
though.
these with Mike White.
Okay.
I don't know.
Falcons, Ravens. I kinda
Lamar
like
will probably
Ravens.
be back at this point.
Even
Sure.
without him, I think they can just run the ball.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lions, Panthers. Now we've got a game.
Not
I
a
would
dome.
probably go with the Lions on this.
No, the Lions' fraudulent front seven will be exposed by a dominant offensive line. Jared Goff will be shaking in his boots at JC Horn. I do not see a path to victory for the Lions.
Goff has his disaster class in the cold week 15, but maybe he's not mentally tough enough to recover. maybe his confidence.
All
is
right.
shot.
What's the target? What's the target weather we're looking for here? Temperature.
I think if it's anything
like-
over 50 degrees,
It's 45 in Charlotte, North Carolina
What's
right
the
now.
wind? What's the
Panthers
wind? What's the
win.
wind? What's the wind?
this is a week.
100
This is 2
miles.
weeks from now.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Well, it'll be even colder. Great point.
You're right.
What's the wind? What's the wind like, Matt?
I don't.
Bro, check.
Panthers win.
All right.
We could also give that one the old tie, but whatever.
Bills, Browns.
Yeah, for
lean
sure.
Chiefs
They
here.
definitely will win.
Bro, the Saints suck.
Dude,
Come
the
on.
Browns suck. They also suck, man. They have the same number of wins.
Bro, but trust me, like, we're winning that game. Like,
How many offensive touchdowns have they scored in the Deshaun Watson era so
bro,
far?
so
0?
few.
Dude, their
So
offense
few.
sucks, man. It stinks.
Surely they'll figure it out, though, right? Like,
I think
Saints defense stinks.
Does it? Wait, click the matchup button.
matchup button.
Matchup button. All right.
Defensive rank 11. It stinks.
Oh no!
Wait, but the Browns offensive rank 6? What is offensive rank here?
Yeah, what is it based on? That's the real question. Is it like yards or points?
Clearly, the score will be 20.4 to 23.1.
Let me pull up the what is it? Pro Football Reference.
The 1-5. The road record here is pretty damning for the Saints.
They'll be okay.
Browns stats. Pro Football Reference. The Browns are 13th in yards and 13th in points, 27th in points allowed, 6th in yards. So it's based on yards.
Okay. Well,
I don't really care. This ultimately
I don't care.
matters.
The Browns are winning.
Browns.
Let me have. Can I have this, please?
You can have it.
Thank
I
you.
like Chiefs over the Seahawks, and
So
I actually do kind of believe the Seahawks are going to go on a losing streak here.
It does not bode well for them, I fear.
It does not.
But I mean, they could pull it out. It would just be. They would need kind of a lot to go their way. I don't know.
I have a gut feeling in my soul that the Giants are beating Minnesota.
Was this a
I don't know.
Masterclass or?
It's just a very Minnesota thing to have happen.
Bro, the
32
Giants
defensive. I do not believe this defensive rank if Minnesota's 32.
It's
you don't have the
yards,
worst.
It's
you don't have the worst defense in the
Maybe
league.
it doesn't take into account like pace and things like that. If it's
Hold
just
on.
No, it absolutely doesn't. But
Vikings.
okay, I
stats.
kind of like that. The Vikings are sort of like playing for very, very little. At
The
this
Vikings
point
are
in the season.
24th in points allowed.
I
right?
think the guys aren't going to be motivated. What time is the game? 1 p.m. That would make you think that it's a Kirk
The
Cousins masterclass.
new nightmare, man.
And I don't see a world where Justin Jefferson has any less than 200 yards in this game. So
that is true. That is true. Yeah, you can pick the Vikings, but let it be known that I think that
that could be a tie. We could.
No.
We've already expended all of our ties in our first week.
Any game that doesn't matter can be a tie, but
that's true. That's true.
That one, I think,
that game matters. Bengals, I would pick to beat the Patriots.
That's what I
would lean the Titans over the Texans, but both of these teams don't.
I'd go Titans. The Texans suck.
So do the Titans, bro. Like, let's.
Derrick Henry will have 300 yards in this.
Oh, that's true. It's the Derrick Henry versus. He always dominates against Houston.
San Francisco, Washington's an interesting one.
I pick San Francisco. Like, I get that.
I like San
Heineke
Francisco
just
too.
wins, but like,
Washington is also just not that bad of a team.
they're not that bad. They have a good defensive line.
Good
I could see that's the Purdy adversity game with that defensive front, and maybe that's the one they drop in the regular season. But
they'd also run the ball really fucking like McCaffrey's great.
Well, the defensive front also affects the run.
Like I said, it's totally winnable for Washington. Washington is not that bad.
But it is Heineke against a very good defense, so that's the other thing.
All right, fair enough. I'm not even saying that I don't favor the 49ers, but that's not an auto click for me.
Yeah.
Maybe not an auto click. Bro, the average of 15.2 points allowed.
They're a good team.
That is stupid. That's ridiculous. Now
Eagles
this
boys.
is like game of the year. This game's gonna be crazy.
That game rules.
This game is on. Bro, the Eagles are averaging almost 30 points a game. Good Lord.
What did Hurts do the last time they played Dallas?
I will check. Jalen Hurts.
I had the take on the podcast a few weeks ago that I like the Cowboys roster more than anyone else in the NFC. So I'm gonna say Cowboys here and put
I'm
my
gonna
money
take
where
Last
my
Cowboys.
time
I
the
think this
Eagles
will not
played
change
Dallas, they
anything,
won
honestly.
26-17. Jalen Hurts didn't throw the ball a billion times. He had 155 yards, 2 touchdowns. And he like ran a couple of times, but like didn't do anything crazy with it. It was just like a normal win.
I'm trying to remember. This was a Cooper Rush game. So I think with Dak, I think that the Cowboys are going to send one last warning shot before ultimately Mike McCarthy sells them in the playoffs. And
Okay,
I think
I agree with that. I can get behind that.
Yeah, that's fair.
That they'll look as formidable as possible to lose to the Panthers in the playoffs.
In the first, yeah, like right here. Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's Steelers Raiders.
Tie,
kinda
who
like-
cares? It doesn't matter.
kinda
yeah,
like the
this could be a tie as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, whatever. let me have my Derek Carr masterclass.
It could be fine. That's all right.
Yeah, Dolphins.
Packers, Dolphins, tie. Yeah, this one, I mean, I would be fine giving this one to Miami. I think that all the blueprints could be laid out for Joe Barry, and he still won't play press coverage like the Chargers and I'll believe it when I see it with Joe Barry playing like press coverage. He just doesn't do it. And they're gonna just let these wide receivers get free releases and not disrupt the timing. And so Joe Barry gets fired after this one. So let's give the Dolphins this one.
All right. This game actually does not matter at all.
Yeah, just mark the
tie. Not the tie. Bucks
Buccaneers,
Cardinals.
Cardinals. I like the Buccaneers in that. I think the Cardinals really suck.
Kyler's
no Kyler
out.
Murray.
Kyler's cooked. It's yeah.
There's
that's
a real
over.
chance that the Bucks can and this is the thing. It's like predicting the NFC South so hard because any of these teams can blow any game. But I'll take the Bucks.
And then I'll take the Chargers over the Colts.
Sure, why not?
Colts stink. All right.
Look at Herbert move above Tua. It's all happening, and people still want to deny it.
In real time, like. Oh my God, the playoffs.
Where were you when Herbert became a winner?
Where were you when the Carolina Panthers beat the Dallas Cowboys in the first round of the playoffs?
And they'd play the Eagles? That'd be horrible,
just to get obliterated by the Philadelphia Eagles.
My question is,
would be like Cowboys, Eagles, 49ers.
My question is, why haven't the Packers popped up on our little thing here yet?
Why have them to lose? I'm afraid
Well, that doesn't mean they can't make it. They should.
I still think they should be there.
The Rothschilds have prevented. They've hacked into the playoff machine, and they've prevented the Packers from popping up. Well, let's see what's the next week.
Next week, give me Dallas over Tennessee.
Sure.
Give me the Falcons over the Cardinals. Again, no Kyler.
Yeah, they're gonna blitz Ritter, and he's gonna shred them. That's how it's gonna
go. Ravens Steelers. That game was close this past week.
Well, Lamar will be back, so give me the Baltimore team.
Yeah, the Baltimore boys. Give me Detroit over the Bears. I think that's
sure. They lost the last game against the Panthers, so we can give them this one against the Bears.
I think that's fair. Theo, are the Jets beating the Texans?
Yeah, this is going to be the Trevor Lawrence passing yards record game.
Jalen Petrie has like 4 interceptions.
Until he misses 4 tackles and allows Evan Ingram to have another 150-yard game like the Titans did.
Evan Ingram has 40 fantasy points in this game. Chiefs are beating the Broncos again.
Belichick is putting Tua in a blender.
Yes. Yes. The Patriots are winning this game.
In the cold, Belichick is they scored a 1 offensive touchdown last time they played. That's going to happen again.
Yeah. No, Belichick is taking advantage of this dude. Giants, Colts.
God damn it. I think I'll pick the Giants.
You don't want to, but like it's the Colts, bro.
They're gonna lose. They're gonna split the Colts Vikings game in some way, shape, or form. So
Did we have we had them losing the Vikings game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Eagles are obliterating the Saints.
I think you should have the Saints win, so the Eagles go 13-3, like I predicted.
But they'll beat the Saints. So
No, they'll beat this. You said
Well, then
you
go
said
back
they'd
to
go.
week 15 and
You said
change
they'd
it,
go
man.
14-3, right?
Oh, 14-3. You're right. There's
So they
still
can-
another week. They'll
they
lose
can
next
lose-
week when they bench
what's
all
their-
their starters,
Yeah, that's fine. They'll
and then
clinch
they'll
the
go
one seed.
14-3. Yeah.
Panthers, Bucks. This is for the
Bucks.
division, right?
Look, if we're picking, I'm picking the Bucks. Sadly, Tom Brady against the Panthers. I
don't know. Tom
think-
Brady's rattled right now. That's all I'm saying. I don't think he's not a winner as far
What
as
happened last time they played?
What did happen last time they played?
Panthers play 2 division games to end the season. They go 1-1 in those. That's all I know.
Let's see what happened in the last game between
The Panthers.
I don't disagree.
Panthers
with this pick,
won
by the way.
20.
The Panthers won
21-3.
21-3. What?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't remember that?
Okay.
That was the
Oh, it was the PJ Walker. Yeah, that's
PJ
right.
Walker master class, and Mike Evans had that like Three Stooges bumbling drop.
Yes, that is absolutely right. That is what happened.
That could happen again, but it's in Tampa this time.
I'm saying they go 1-1 in their 2 division games that they play.
What
I
are
think
the
that is very-
games? It's
They play the Falcons.
Oh, they play
next
the
week.
Saints and
Oh no, they don't. They play the Saints.
yeah.
Well,
the
they-
Yeah,
Bucks
give
play
them
the Falcons.
one of those.
Okay,
And
they
it's-
lose against the Bucks and they can beat the Saints.
Okay.
We'll
The
see.
Browns are losing this game.
Mm-hmm.
Darren Payne is gonna obliterate whoever is playing center for the Browns this week. I don't even know who it is at this point.
That's not even the best.
We've had like
defensive
3
tackle
different
there, man.
centers. Yeah, I know. Jonathan Allen, but like Darren Payne's had a good year.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the Browns are fucking losing that game. San Francisco's beating the Raiders.
Sure.
They probably are. Let's see. Seattle versus the Jets.
I have no strong opinion about this one.
Give it to Seattle just because I think I think everyone's writing off Geno again after their losing streak, and then
He's not going to write back.
He's not going to write back once again. They're going to have Kenneth. I don't know. It's tough to say on that one, but
Does Aaron Rodgers own the Vikings, Theo?
no, he doesn't actually. But I don't know. I don't care. Give the Packers a win, please.
Anything for you, man.
Can't get them in the playoffs, man.
Let's
trying.
go. Oh, I thought the Packers were going to show up, but it was just
we're trying our hardest here. It's okay.
They're playing spoiler now. Jordan Love, honestly, at this point would
We got
probably
the-
be if they
we
lose
got the
another
LA
game.
Bowl here.
I'm taking the Chargers.
Actually, you can switch that to the Vikings. If they lose one more game, it's probably going to be Jordan Love's season, so you can pick the Vikings.
Their Week 18 game.
The Lions. Wait, press the Green Bay button in week 18 for 1 second just to see what happens.
Nothing.
Okay, nothing happened. Okay, then you can press the lose button for the Giants and also the
Yeah.
They have a losing
Well, the
record.
Giants. The
sorry
Giants
to
could
tell you.
lose that game. And then Washington.
and then also the
They're
Seahawks. What happens if they lose?
And it would
Seahawks.
be the Giants again.
Tough. We
All
tried.
right. Well, then
man.
the
we
then
fucking
the,
tried. Like you can't say we didn't try.
They
Okay,
could
then
win
you
out
can
and
give
get
the
it.
Vikings week 17. I don't care.
Oh, Bengals Bills. I kind of think Cincinnati could pull that one out
At home,
at home. I mean, it wouldn't really matter. They're both like cold.
I think a limited defense or limited offense may struggle somewhat against a Cincinnati team that's very good at scheming up against teams with limitations. They did a good job against Kansas City because Kansas City can't run the ball effectively. I think you
Yeah.
can see the same thing.
The only thing you would worry about is Diggs, right? The Chiefs have Kelce,
Huh.
but I mean, you're bringing like Von Bell.
Jamar
down to
Chase,
guard
400-yard
Kelce.
game.
True.
I think I'll pick Cincinnati here. I do think that they're the better. It's tough though, because then it's like, well, who do you have to put on Diggs? Like, it's one thing if you can't run the ball, you've got DJ Reader, right? You
But
don't.
It's going to be Eli Apple on Diggs, like.
That one's tough. It's tough. It's
But
really
I mean,
tough.
you would need like you would need Diggs to have like one of the greatest performances ever to make up for like the lack of everything else.
No,
I
you
feel
wouldn't.
like.
Wouldn't you? I mean, it's not unreasonable to think that Bills win, right?
Yeah, but I'm just like, we're thinking like limited run game. DJ Reader's amazing.
He would just need to have a normal Diggs. He would just need to have like a pretty good, a high end Diggs game. I think maybe not. It's not like
Like
the Bengals playing the
150 and 2.
Cardinals, where it's like if D Hop doesn't have 500 yards, they're almost certainly going to lose. Like the Bills
Okay,
certainly.
that's fair. That's fair. 150 and 2 would
Is
probably
Geno
be-
Smith a Pro Bowler in the chat here? I might vote for him. I think
I'd
that
vote for
like even though
yeah.
they've started to skid a little bit, I do think that Geno has been better than like I'd probably vote for Geno's season over Brady's or Rodgers.
Yeah.
My pro bowlers would probably be obviously Mahomes, obviously Burrow, obviously Hurts,
Yeah.
and then like it's kind of you can kind of pick a bunch of guys. I might throw Geno in there. I would put who else is up there? Definitely
Dak, maybe.
Josh Allen is definitely up there. Absolutely, you have to have Josh Allen. You could put Dak in there, and then you could put Geno. You could put Tua still. I think I probably wouldn't vote for Tua as a Pro Bowler, but yeah, I think it has been kind of rough, and I think in this season of rough quarterback play, I mean, I think Geno's done a very good job. So I might vote for him as that sixth guy in.
Yeah.
I would vote for him over Tua. That's my hot take. I think that overall he's been better than Tua this season. I don't care about the stats.
It shouldn't be a hot take, but you're right.
Tua's missed games. Tua's played in a couple bad ones. Geno's been pretty much, outside of this 49ers game, I think he's been pretty much good each and every week. I know he wasn't maybe great last week, but overall, Dak shouldn't be in there. I don't know, man. He hasn't missed that many games this season, and
I want to talk about.
has been
want to talk about
crazy since he's
winners.
been
People want to
back.
talk about winners. Dak is a winner. Dak
The
is
regular
a
season winner.
Nah, that's not his fault though. Like
I agree. I'm
the
not
playoffs
one of
are
those
not
people,
his.
but to get the winning label, you
Yeah,
gotta
I
win
guess,
some.
yeah.
You gotta win some playoff games.
I guess that's fair. Yes, that's fair. So that's week 17. Playoffs are still kind of the Panthers got knocked out because we had the Bucks beat them, but I think they'll beat the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They'll beat the Saints. Can the Falcons beat the Bucks?
I think the Falcons always play the Bucks a little tough.
They just barely lost last time on a heartbreaker. This time it's at home, and they've
Better
got a better quarterback.
Let's give it to
Tom
him.
Brady chokes the playoffs. Oh no!
That
That's
doesn't-
not true. Let's go back and fix this, huh? What the hell type of tiebreaker is this?
8 and 9. The select criteria.
Home
We
team.
changed them.
You just messed the whole thing up.
What is going on?
No, I'm playing.
Wait, what if you go to the bottom
Dude,
two?
you just
I
reset
just
the whole thing.
Ah.
It's too bad, Matt.
What did you think home team did?
I don't know.
Obviously not. This will get the Panthers in.
do defensive rank.
Defensive. If we did it by defensive rank,
Oh, there's what? How did the? I don't. Yeah, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers end with a
10-7.
10-7 record and above the Vikings. That would
Offensive
be fucking crazy.
rank.
Everything's coming up Tampa, Matt. I'm sorry.
We just have to beat them. It's just
Away
that simple.
team.
We have to go defeat them. That is
Yeah.
the team we must defeat the most.
A path is clear.
Win
If the
out,
Panthers
and
wanna
you're in.
get
They
it.
control their own destiny,
They really do.
and against all beatable teams.
Did we erase all the? No, we didn't erase all the picks.
No, we did.
Oh, we did. Fuck.
Yeah.
God damn it. Okay,
that's
my
on
bad.
me.
Well,
That's on me. That's on me.
what I didn't know it would do that either. What we learned from this exercise. Jeez, yeah.
Blaiden
We're the greatest to ever do it, man. What we learned from this exercise is there is no path to a Panthers
That's not that's not true. Make them beat. Okay, have them go win-win.
Right. We said they would beat the Steelers.
Okay, go win-win. Have them
Did we
beat
say
the
they would beat
Buccaneers
the
and then
Lions?
lose to the Saints.
Did we say they would beat?
Yes.
They beat the Lions. They beat the Bucks, but they lose to they lose to the Saints. They're still in.
Well,
There you
we
go.
haven't picked anything for the
They don't
Bucks
have to
yet.
go. Okay,
What
we'll
do the
go
Bucks
have everyone
do?
have their wins.
Yeah, Bucks.
They'd lose that game.
Lose that game. They beat the Cardinals.
No. Well, hold
But they lose to the Bengals.
Oh,
Panthers
and
are
there
in.
you go. And that's how you do it.
That's how
Boom.
you do it.
Well, what
That's
about
the
What
sugar.
about the
Yeah,
Falcons in this? What about the Falcons in this?
Okay,
scenario,
yeah,
man?
let's talk about-
Let's talk about Ritter.
Falcons beat the
Beats
Saints.
the Saints.
And then,
Right, and then they lose to the, or did we say they would beat the Ravens? Or
We
did
said
they-
they'd lose to the Ravens.
They lose to the Ravens. They beat the Cardinals, and then they lose. They lose. To
We
the
already
Bucs.
have them beating the Bucks, don't we?
No, they lose to the Bucks in Week 18, though.
I thought we had them beating the
okay,
Bucks.
well then have them lose. It makes no difference.
No, they don't play the Bucks until Week 18. They're losing right now to the Bucks, but if they beat the Bucks,
Nothing
doesn't matter.
changes.
So that's
Okay.
what it really comes down to. We have to beat the Buccaneers. That's a
Yes.
And the Lions.
no.
And
We
all the
have to
other
go. We
teams.
have to go two and we can lose one game, but it
It
cannot
can't
be
be
the
to the
Bucs game.
Buccaneers. It can't.
That's
yeah.
the path.
Yeah, you have to win the Steelers. You have to win Yeah,
You have to. You play Steelers, Lions, Saints. You need to win two of those. You must beat the Buccaneers.
Well, what about the
Go.
Packers, man? Go back to Week 15.
okay.
We
okay,
can
let's-
make that happen.
Okay.
Hey, while we're at it, we'll figure out the Browns' path too.
There is no Browns path. The Packers
Trust.
beat the Rams,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah, obviously.
Goff, and then where are they
The
here?
Dolphins.
They beat the
Joe has
Dolphins
been
because
figured
Joe
out.
Barry.
Linsanity
They
runs
tie
over.
the Dolphins.
They tie the.
And then they win against the Vikings,
Where is that? There it is. They beat the Vikings.
and then they win against the Lions. Meanwhile, the
No, we have to go back and make everyone else lose.
we have to go back. Yeah, the
All right. So the
Giants, they're public enemy number one right now. They lose to Washington,
okay.
where
Up in
they're and
Seattle.
also there's the Goff disaster class. Don't forget.
Yes, Goff
Yes.
disaster class.
And then
Should we just do the whole thing?
no. There's the Goff disaster class.
All right,
Go to
week
week 16.
The
The Chiefs beat,
win. Right. That
That's
puts the
easy.
Giants back up.
The Giants
Vikings beat
lose
the-
to the Vikings.
There we
And
are.
there- bang.
And there you go. It's that simple, actually.
Bang! And
Yeah,
then they
and
can
the-
totally
the-
beat the
the
Vikings.
49ers
Kirk
can
Cousins is a
not-
fraud.
Washington can even win, and we can tie the Dolphins. We don't even have to win that game.
What if you lose that game?
I don't know. Find out. Okay,
then
so
it's Seattle. Okay, so let's. So then what? The Vikings win that game. Washington loses this game.
Did Green Bay play Seattle this year?
no, for once. Usually they always do.
Yeah, I feel like they do always play. And then week 17, it would be. You would need the Jets to beat the Seahawks.
Easy, easy.
Yeah, that's happening.
And then the Colts to beat the Giants.
Giants, right? And there you have it. So really, you just need the Colts.
And
to
then
beat...
and then at week 18 we can rest the starters. At
yeah,
8-9.
'cause you've clinched at this point.
Oh
you're
wait, yeah, we need to beat the Lions. Okay. Yeah, and the Giants
so
are
then
playing
for
the
the
Eagles.
Browns to get in. The Browns they win against the Ravens, obviously. And then they beat the Saints because we already know they're beating the Saints. And then they're going to beat Washington. Nick Chubb's going to push Darren Payne and Jonathan Allen to the ground at the same time. He's actually going to hold the football in his mouth and stiff arm each
You'll need the
one.
Chargers to lose in this scenario. Is there a way that we, right? The Chargers get them out
Oh.
of here.
Will we? No,
And you'll-
because the Chargers aren't in right now.
Okay, but they're still ahead of the Browns by a decent margin. So you'll need them to
Fair.
lose some games.
And then the Browns beat the Steelers, right? So we need the Browns.
Nothing changed.
Nothing changes, but we haven't set anyone else to lose yet, right?
You got to make
So-
the Chargers lose if you want to get them in.
Right.
The Chargers lose. Okay. No, the Titans are in our way. No, they're not.
No, they're
Fuck.
not.
The Jets are in our way right now. It's the Jets, the Dolphins, and the
Okay, well then have the
Ravens.
The
Bills beat
Dolphins lose. Yeah, you need the Dolphins to lose to the Bills here. At the
Dolphins.
top.
Oh yeah, Dolphins lose to the Bills. Okay, we're in business. Jets.
You probably should also have the Patriots losing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Patriots lose to the Raiders. That's feasible. All right, week 16.
You'll need the Steelers to win. I don't know who you'd want to win that game.
We need the Bengals to win. Colts probably to win.
Mm-hmm.
Raiders. Oh, that is a tricky one.
No, it's not.
Maybe they could. Do you want their?
You have Pittsburgh
Where's the
sitting
better
on
record?
10 losses right now.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So
Or
we
just
can
make it
have
a tie if you really. Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, you think? Lose or beat the Jets?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where's the Dolphins? We have them. So we're
We
trying
are-
to get
we-
all of our teams in here.
Well,
right?
yeah,
Is
you
that-
could pick the Packers to win this one, and then it's better for everyone.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
Beautiful.
Now we're in business. All right. All right. All right.
This Packers Carolina NFC Championship game is.
It's gonna be wild, man.
And Dolphins lose to the Patriots. That should put us in. There we are. Let's go.
Screenshot this thoughts on Stay Hot
the Stay Hot playoff predictions.
if we can get a picture of that, I'd
Yeah, that would definitely be that one would be a banger.
Stay Out podcast has.
Is anybody even watching this live
nearly all
anymore? Or
the
we
games.
just are we
We've
just
got-
oh we've got a bunch of people. I
No,
thought we
we've
were
got
just like
two.
it was gonna be
We've got-
0 viewers and we were just gonna be in here. This is also gonna be the worst RSS listen ever.
I didn't even think about that. If you're on RSS, just go.
If you're still listening at this point,
You're a real one, honestly. Like. Yeah. So this is the scenario. Nothing else matters at this point.
yeah, you can pick the Jaguars. Is there any way we can also get the Jaguars
How
in
many
here?
losses do they
We got to get
have?
the Jags and the Chargers in at this point. These are
Okay, well, the Jaguars have. I don't know if all three is going to be doable. You've got the Jaguars on 8 losses. You can get the Jets to 8 losses, depending on tiebreakers. It's doable.
we can have Seattle win this game. And
Oh
then
no, you
and the-
can't now because the Packers are
Oh,
kicked
Does
out.
that really mess it up?
Well, do we have Seattle winning another game that we can make them lose?
Yeah, probably. They just didn't play this one.
Yeah, get
They
out
just
of
win
here.
This one.
Bang,
Beautiful.
Bang, bang. Chargers.
Baker.
We need the
Have the
Patriots
Bill,
to
have
lose
the
to
Bills win. Have the Eagles beat the Giants.
Chargers win this game. There we go. Now we have Chargers in. So now we need to get Baltimore out. Steelers beat.
Why do we
the
need to get
Ravens,
Baltimore out?
So we can put the Jags in.
Well, it's 2. They have 10 wins.
Ah,
Wow, how would Baltimore have an? Oh, well, you can just have the key to getting the Jags to win is just have them win the division. You got to get the Titans out of here, have them lose
Oh,
to
that's a good
Dallas.
point.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
But I think
we can do
the
that.
Titans have some crucial.
We can do this. No,
I
we
think
can
they do have
this.
some crucial moments in this thing, but
Jags
Mm-hmm,
win this one.
mm-hmm.
Where's the Titans at? Did we already have them?
We have
Oh,
them
They-
beating the Chargers. Perfect.
There we are.
There you go.
Perfect.
That's it. That's it. That's
The vision, the perfect playoffs.
I like what we've cooked up right here, man.
Let
This would
them
be my.
cook.
If I could choose the playoffs, this might be the teams that I pick.
I'm just gonna.
I like the Chargers. I like Baltimore. I like Jacksonville. Bengals in there.
This is so
We
deep.
got Ron. We got the Packers. We got Ron Rivera.
And then every game that doesn't matter is a tie.
Die.
Go through and click it so we can have it show
Yeah, I'm
up
just-
when you
yeah.
take a screenshot of the.
Just have the. Can the Titans win?
It doesn't
this
even
one?
matter. Tie it. Let them tie.
Tie. All right,
Everything
tie.
that doesn't matter from here, we've already got it. Just see if we could tie the rest of the way.
Tie. Is that all of week 16?
Mhm.
Yes. All right. Eagles
That can be a
win.
tie. Tie it. Tie it.
Good lord.
Everything that is not clicked can be a tie.
All right. All right. All right. That doesn't change anything.
Yes.
All right, and then week 18. All right, we're still good. Still good. Still good.
We're just messing with some seating now.
All right, nice.
Is that everything?
Nice.
Has
Yeah, that's
everyone played
everything.
the appropriate
That's
amount of
the
games?
perfect.
I think so.
The
perfect
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 playoff.
Stay
I wonder
hot.
what the statistical odds of this this exact playout. It's got to be like 1 to a trillion.
With this many ties, oh yeah, this is not happening. Or do you mean just the exact seeding the way it is, or these exact teams?
I mean, Eagles multiple tie.
What were they cooking? Why did we let them cook?
No, this ain't even.
Now, if I wish we were on playoff predictor so we could then predict the playoffs of this.
We probably could.
It would be the Packers winning the Super Bowl, sadly.
I saw your little Rodgers
No, I
MVP
want-
joke you dropped in the group chat the other day.
Yeah, no, Theo asked us, he was like, yeah, what is how many awards can quarterbacks win in a given year? And we're like, well, pretty much all of them.
See.
Pretty much all of them except for like the defensive ones and like coaching. And he's like, Heisman, Caleb Williams.
We need a former
Offensive-
quarterback to win the coaching one. We need
Former
who's a former quarterback coach?
that's coaching right now. Shit.
A former NFL quarterback. Did Shanahan ever play? Was he a backup? I don't think he was.
I don't know.
Well, I know
yeah.
that there have to be some.
Heisman, Caleb Williams, MVP Hurts, Offensive Player of the Year Mahomes, Comeback Player of the Year Geno Smith, Walter Payton Man of the Year Jared Goff, and then he snuck in Super Bowl MVP Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Bro thought we wouldn't notice.
Every single award.
Doug
Doug Peterson did coach. Yeah, he wins Coach of the Year, and then it's all quarterbacks. It's the all quarterbacks award.
All
And
Quarterbacks.
this will make sense because he'll lead his team back to win the division from the brink
yes.
in this world.
yes.
So we've got it all figured out.
This is
Yes.
gonna happen. This is gonna happen, right? We've got every narrative possible playing here, and then we get a Browns Chargers AFC Championship. it's Deshaun Watson versus Justin Herbert.
Can you make the Giants get in? No, we need Ron Rivera, and I'm afraid
Yeah, we can't get the
Taylor
Giants
Heineke.
in. The Giants. aren't getting
There is
in.
no path to the Giants getting in.
The Giants are done. They're cooked, I fear. Yeah,
we
do
can
we-
make the Giants get in. I have taken a screenshot of our.
You did send it. Send it to Daniel and them so we can get like a graphic of this made. Like a
We don't need a graphic. I'm just
just
gonna
post it.
post
Just post it on the Instagram and the Twitter and stuff.
Just post it on Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah, just send it in
the
the group
Panthers are
chat.
undefeated in the playoffs when entering with a losing record. It's a true stat.
When what?
When
What?
entering the playoffs with a losing record, the Panthers are undefeated. Well,
They've
they're not
never won a
undefeated.
Super Bowl. I guess
They're
just
undefeated in their
0-.
first round game. Some would say.
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
They're nice, man.
I'm sure. The Browns are undefeated against the Steelers in the playoffs.
Chaz Surratt, Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah, there you go. The former quarterback. Yes.
Well,
You got I don't have too much more to say.
I think this is all I can do for today. So
I'm sending the high res screenshot to our group chat. There you go. All right. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think that's the sugar. So appreciate everyone tuning in. It's been an absolute blast. We had a good time today. I'm gonna go back to playing some Lego Star Wars. And as always, from Corn Boy, Bird Boy, and Lemon Boy, we will catch you all on the flippity flop.